It's the morning of July 24th, 1911. Deep in the jungles of Peru, Yale University professor Hiram Bingham is on a quest to find an infamous lost city.
There's a story from 400 years ago about the end of the Inca Empire when the Spanish came in and took them over, that they took all of the king's gold and hid it in a place that is called Vilcabamba. And that has become a myth called the Lost City of Inca Gold.
Bingham and his team go on to uncover 5 square miles of what are Inca ruins, dating back several centuries. Locals tell Bingham the site is called Machu Picchu.
The Inca are really well known for their incredible stonework, which is called ashlar masonry. And the stones fit together perfectly without any mortar. It's almost like a jigsaw puzzle. They did not have the advanced technology that we have today, so it's really a marvel.
You cannot fit a dollar bill or a razor blade between them. The technique of fitting these blocks together baffles archaeologists and engineers today.
Whatever the driving force was behind Machu Picchu's construction, it's a testament to the ancient Incas' sophistication as builders, engineers, and even astronomers. But not everyone thinks the Inca created this place alone. It may sound like the plot of a sci-fi movie, but there are some things about Machu Picchu's construction that defy logic.
A few stones in the center of Machu Picchu are over 50 tons. And you look at these single stones and see how perfectly they're fit. There's not a good explanation to this day how people with rudimentary technologies were able to do that. It seems impossible.
The feat of engineering does seem otherworldly at times, because even though the ashlar technique was used throughout the Incan Empire, which was a way that the stones were carved and they fit together in a sort of puzzle piece, how do you do it at the top of a mountain? The ancient astronaut theory is considered by many to be pseudoscience. However, there is new evidence that the history of Machu Picchu may be much, much older than anyone has anticipated.
Just a short walk from the center of Machu Picchu, in an area named after Pachamama, the Earth Mother, stands a large granite outcrop that's been hiding a secret for over 1,000 years.
In 2016, one of the Machu Picchu archaeologists discovered a faint symbol that raised some new questions.
What's found on that panel is a man, a llama, and some black and white geometric shapes. Some people think that it's an indicator that there's a much more ancient history to Machu Picchu we're unaware of.
Whatever it means, it has no specific ties to the Incan population in the 15th or 16th centuries.
Further exploration of Pachamama reveals even more puzzling cave paintings, estimated to have been made as early as 800 AD.
Perhaps the greatest indication that there was some association with ancient aliens comes from the Incan religion itself.
And there's one Inca legend in particular that can certainly be interpreted as supernatural.
There is a legend that the Emperor Pachacuti, on the eve of a great battle, went to a lake and is reflecting on what to do next. And that in this moment, the disc fell from the sky, from which emerged a face, and the supernatural creature tells Pachacuti that he is going to win the upcoming battle and many more. The story is then that these huge monolithic stones come to life and assist Pachacuti in his battle. And these levitating rocks are what helped build Machu Picchu in the first place.
Nearly 600 years after Machu Picchu was founded, research teams aren't certain how Machu Picchu was made or why.
It's estimated that potentially up to 60% of the construction of Machu Picchu is underground, and these deep foundations were necessary to help with seismic movements and terrace drainage to make sure things would filter properly.
To keep a place like Machu Picchu securely on the mountaintop, it takes under-the-earth infrastructure. It's entirely possible that there are subterranean chambers we've yet to contact. In 2010, an engineer named David Crespi came to Machu Picchu looking specifically at those caves under the Temple of the Three Windows, and said that structurally the wall that was in the back looked like it might be hiding an entrance into deeper chambers.
He immediately alerts the other archaeological teams to his discovery, but gets no response. After enough time goes by, he reaches out to a French archaeologist named Thierry Jamin to see if he can help see what might be underground.
Jamin gets approval to search the area with ground-penetrating radar. In April 2012, along with a team of archaeologists, he makes a stunning discovery.
They did some geophysical investigations at the site. And what he thinks he found is some kind of a chamber below this door that may have had a staircase leading into it.
The radar also indicates a huge amount of metal down there, which could indicate silver and gold, exactly the kind of riches that one would expect to be buried with royalty.
Like the ancient Egyptians, the Incas mummified their great leaders, not to memorialize their power, but to preserve it.
They were not fancy burials, and they believed that their ancestors did not die when they died. They would go into the afterworld, but their spirit would remain and would look over their descendants.
In the chronicles that the Spanish left behind, they describe instances of them eating and drinking with these remains, even building vast palaces as if they were still alive. So the Spanish conquistadors were horrified with the amount of power that these mummies had over the living. Maybe this whole place was dedicated to the afterlife. Hiram Bingham's crew is believed to have excavated all of the graves on Machu Picchu, but they perhaps missed the most important one.
The Peruvian government denies Jamin's request to excavate further. But he has a hunch about what or who may be lying within the chamber.
Thierry Jamin believes that Pachacuti, who is one of the legendary builders of Machu Picchu, would be buried there too. And his gold mummy was somehow interred inside this wall.
It's possible that Pachacuti's mummified remains were once located in the cave underneath the Temple of the Sun that Bingham had originally believed was a burial chamber.
Pachacuti dies in 1471. According to his wishes, the whole of the Inca Empire mourns for a year, and then spends a month celebrating his life.
Although his remains were originally installed in the capital city of Cusco, according to the Spanish chronicles, a person of his stature would have made regular outings even as a mummy.
But after the Spanish conquest, starting in 1532, just when his people need him most, Pachacuti's mummy mysteriously disappears.
In 1559, a Spanish magistrate claims to have collected, by order of the viceroy, the deceased bodies of Inca kings and queens and then shipped them to Lima. The bodies were deposited in a hospital in the city of Lima and were eventually buried there, where we believe they can still be found.
None of those human remains have been positively identified as Pachacuti.
Unofficially, the question remains, were Pachacuti's mummified remains instead brought to Machu Picchu for reburial? Is Machu Picchu a location for the life and afterlife of the Inca's greatest leader?
Thierry Jamin and his crew are keen to know if what they've seen on that radar could really be Pachacuti's tomb. For now, the truth is staying buried.